7.1 billion. That's the number of times people have downloaded productivity apps in the year 2020, according to Computer Weekly. Crazy, right? Even then, every single day, a new productivity app enters the process of web development. And I think it's fair to say that we all use at least one productivity app every single day. And yet, how many of us have that feeling that we just aren't as productive as we want it to be? Is it just me? Or do you feel it too? And say to yourself, I wish I could be productive. Time is just flying. Why is that? There is a lot of emphasis on how to increase productivity, but not on why we struggle with productivity. And in my journey of fulfilling certain goals, I know the difficulties of being unproductive and the amazing benefits of being productive. I realized, as much as I can at my age, the reasons to why we're not productive, even though it's what we wanted in the very first place. And to understand those reasons, I came up with a survey, which I will share the results of later. It was quite interesting. So once you understand it, you can spin that magic into your productivity. So my journey to productivity began when I started 4th grade. And due to the pandemic, we did schooling from home. And because of that, there were a lot of changes. My study desk was on a world tour, meaning it kept changing locations within my home. From my bedroom to my parents' room, back to my room, then to the dining room, back to my room in a different corner. And it finally settled in one place, and it's still there. But could you imagine how frustrating that could be? But it didn't end there. Okay, so doing schooling with your entire family at home is also very interesting. I mean, I got my 2-year-old cute baby sister with 2 parents who have full-time jobs and tons of meetings. You already know that. And a babysitter. That's like 5 highly active people in a 2-bedroom apartment. And let's be real here. That platoon of 5 people comes with a lot of noises, distractions, interruptions, and lots of running around. It's not that fun. Just imagine, I am doing a school project, studying peacefully, and boom, my baby sis comes running to me, takes my notebook, and starts scribbling and playing around. Productivity is off the roof. But who thinks about productivity? Right? You really just want to strive. But will just striving help you? But before I dive further into my story and survey, let me share a few facts from my extensive research. Number 1, Cornerstone.edu says that social media usage alone is 2 hours and 24 minutes per day. As per Inc.com, they say that being happy contributes significantly into being productive. Author Sean Dole asks us to be aware of our productivity vampires. And Forbes magazine, they say that multitasking erodes your productivity and dings your IQ. These facts summarizes my 4th grade, which pretty much was a total mess. Even though I maintained my A grades, I would still feel unproductive. Every day, I thought to myself, is this really who I want to be? how can I improve? I was like, what do I need to do to be more happy and be more productive? Be happy with myself. I was like 9 and I had no idea. But luckily, I took this time management workshop by the Success Store and learned the power of to-do lists and Pomodoro and other techniques. And so I was given a challenge to use this to-do list for a couple of months and see how it helps. I did, and whoa, it was pure magic. I've been using this simple technique for almost 2 years now, and it completely changed my life. Eventually, I began journaling, and I became a 2.0 version of myself. I went from being an anxious, unproductive mess to a productive, happy, optimistic person. And that was my breakthrough of becoming who I am today, and thankfully, able to inspire others with my story. Now I'm in 5th grade and back to in-person schooling, but I continued my quest to Road to Productivity, and I came up with this survey where I reached out to teachers and students randomly and asked them some questions. A few are listed here. And now I'm going to share the results of one of the most major questions. You get the point here. From my personal experience and survey, I realized in addition to techniques, there is one thing at the center of productivity. And that one thing is why. Why I want to be productive, why you want to be productive. It's not just how or what or to-do list alone, rather why do we want to be productive? As Simon Sinek said, start with why. It boils down to one word, clarity. And this involves both your feelings and your strategy for long-term productivity and success. So once you and I are clear on why we want to be productive and successful, the word clarity should mean this to you. C is for core. Think and decide what you want to achieve from the core of your heart. L, limits. Don't limit your dream. Limit your distractions. A is for attention. Focus on what you have decided to achieve. R, reflect. You will get results, I know, but reflect on them and tweak and progress. I is for influence. Your results will influence others around you. T is transform. From core to influence, your results will first transform you and then others. And Y is for yay. Once you have accomplished what you have decided to achieve, you can truly say yay with energy and smile. And if we follow every single letter in this word clarity, I can bet one thing for sure is that you are going to be way more productive than yesterday. We will always be more productive the next day and the day after. If you can change your productivity score around for life, is that a good enough reason to pause for a moment, to think for a moment, and know your why, at least for big goals and big dreams of your life? If you can answer yes to this one question, was I one step closer to my dream, my goal, my target, my objective, my deadline, my whatever you have, be assured you were productive that day. Just continue and improve further. Is that something meaningful to you? So how do you start? Where do you start? Where do you start your journey to productivity? Pick up any one important thing right now that is connected to your better future. Define clarity and start the game of winning streak. Start with 1 week at a time and check mark every time you complete that one thing, whether it's reading 3 pages a day or running for 10 minutes. Do it the next day and the next day. And soon you will see a winning streak like this. Soon you will fall in love with this winning streak game, and it will force you to keep on going. Challenge yourself a longer streak every time it breaks. I bet you are on the road to productivity. But remember, the clarity concept is what is behind your winning streak game. And because of my belief in clarity, I'm going to be starting my first 6 weeks course on Road to Productivity this summer vacation. So it's not 7.1 billion downloads. It's not 1,000+ apps. It's not your never-ending search for a new productivity app or a miracle tool. If there is any miracle, it's clarity. Both at the level of your heart and your mind. To thrive, embrace clarity. Spin this magic into your productivity. Your best version is waiting for you. Thank you.